students, welcome to today's lesson. My name is Mayang Sastra Sumardi. In this video, we are going to learn about narrative paragraph. So, before we start, let's look at our learning objective. In this lesson, you will learn about three things. First, you will learn about what narrative paragraph is. The second, how to organize a narrative paragraph correctly. And the third, you will learn some useful strategies to improve your narrative writing. So, these skills will help you to write clear and also interesting paragraph. Let's start with some questions. Have you ever read a story? I'm sure all of you have ever read a story. Have you ever experienced an unforgettable moment in your life? Maybe a happy experience, fun event, or even a challenging situation. Okay, narrative writing is all about these kinds of stories and experiences. Okay, I want you later think about one experience you would like to share with others. We come to the what is narrative paragraph. A narrative paragraph is a paragraph that tells a story or describes an event in the order it happened. It usually includes characters, a setting, and action. Like any story, it has beginning, middle, and the end. Narrative paragraphs will help the readers understand what happened and how the event developed over time. Okay, there are some important features of a narrative paragraph, such as it tells a story and follows by a chronological order, includes details and also description, and may use either first person narration, such as I, and also third person narration, such as he, she, or they. Let's discuss about the structures of narrative paragraph. The first part is called background information. This section introduces the story and gives the reader important information. It includes the topic sentence, what happened in the story, who was involved in the story, and when it happened, where the story happened, and also the source of narration. You have to remember a good topic sentence is very important because it introduces the main idea and also prepares the readers for the story that follows. Okay, the second part is supporting details. This is the main body of the narrative. Supporting details are usually divided into the three stages. The first is beginning, which explains what happened first and also introduce the situation or the problem in that story. The second, the middle. It tells the main event of the story. And third, the end. That explains how the story finished and what is the result of the story. These stages will help the readers follow the story easily. The final part is the conclusion. In this section, the writer closes the story. The conclusion may be restate the main idea, provide a lesson learned, make a prediction, and also offer a suggestion. A strong conclusion will help the reader remember the message of the story. Okay, we come to the language features. In narrative paragraph, it has several important language features. First, narrative paragraph often uses the simple past tense because it describes about event that happened in the past. Second, narrative paragraph always use action verbs such as visited, explain, realize, and etc. Third, narrative paragraph uses time connective such as first, then, after that, and finally to show the sequence of event. Okay, we come back into past tense. I want to remind you, in simple past tense, we use verb to. So, when we want to write narrative paragraph, we have to use simple past tense. But you have to remember, we just use verb to in positive sentence. If we want to write negative and interrogative sentence, we come back into verb 1. And also, we use to be, was, and were if in the sentence there is no verb. We have to remember the use of to be, if there is no verb in a sentence. Was for subject, I, she, he, it, and also were for subject, you, they, we. Do you understand? Okay, These language features will make the story clear and organized. Okay, we come to the quiz. Let's check our understanding about simple past tense. See, look at the sentences. The first question. Last year, the faculty blah 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 a series of workshops on academic writing. What do you think? Which answer is correct? Okay, let's see. There is a complement in that sentence, last year, because there's a last year, it means the sentence will use past tense. So in past tense, we use verb to. So the best answer is B. Okay, next, come to the next number. See, number 2. Yeah. Let's read the question. Neither the students nor the lecturer blah 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 aware of the schedule change yesterday. See the sentence. In the sentence, there is no verb. That's why we have to fill in the blank with the best to be. See the subject. The subject, neither the students nor the lecturer. So, if you find the word nor, so you have to see the subject after nor. Because the subject after nor is singular, that's why the answer is to be for singular too. Because this is a past tense, the answer is C, was. So, neither the students nor the lecturer was aware of the schedule change yesterday. Okay, come to the next. The third question. Last semester, the researcher blah 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 interviews with more than 50 participants before writing the report. Same like before, there is a phrase last semester. It is a complement that we use in simple past tense. So we have to find from A until D that is verb to. So the answer is B. Good job. I have a quiz. Yeah, if you want to check your understanding more, you can scan this barcode. So later, there will be around 15 questions related to the simple past tense in the Kahoot. You can check your understanding there. Okay, let's scan this barcode and check your understanding. Okay, this is an example of narrative paragraph. Let's read together. Last year, a group of university students visited a small village in Jambi to learn about local culture. When they arrived, the villagers welcomed them warmly and invited them to watch a traditional Queen performance. At first, the students didn't understand the meaning of the songs and chants, so they felt less interested. However, an elder explained that Queen is a cultural heritage that contains message about respect, harmony, and community values. As they listened carefully, the students became fascinated by the beauty of the performance and the wisdom behind it. By the end of the event, they realized the importance of preserving local traditions and promised to share their experience with others. The visit not only taught them about Jambi's culture, but also inspired them to appreciate and protect their cultural heritage. Okay, this is an example of narrative paragraph like we had learned before about language features, yeah, such as past tense and also time connective and also action verb. Yeah, see, this paragraph use simple past tense, yeah, such as we use visited as a verb to from visit, welcomed as a verb to from welcome, arrived as a verb to from arrive, and also we use time connective such as last year, by the end of event, and also we also use such as action verb visited, arrived, welcome, understand, and so on. Okay, I have made the table Okay, see, the topic sentence of this paragraph is last year, a group of university students visited a small village in Jambi to learn about local culture. From this sentence, we can identify what happened, who was involved, and also when it happened, where it happened, and also the source of narration. What happened in that story? The students' visitation in learning a local wisdom. Who was involved in that story? A group of university students. When did it happen? Last year. Where did it happen? A small village in Jambi. Who is the source of narration? A third person narration. This sentence provides the background information for the story. Okay, let's identify the structure of narrative. The background information introduces the students and their visit. The beginning of the story shows how the villagers welcome them. The middle explains how an elder taught them about the Krinok. And also, at the end, describes how the students realize the importance of preserving local tradition. Finally, the lesson learned is that cultural heritage should be appreciated and protected. Here we come to the conclusion. This sentence is the conclusion of the paragraph. It summarizes what the students learned from their experience and leaves the reader with an important message about preserving cultural heritage. You have to notice how the conclusion connects the experience with the valuable lesson. Okay, we have discussed about narrative paragraph. Now I have an exercise for you. Yeah, you have to find the topic sentence, supporting details, and also concluding sentence from this paragraph. Okay, after you find all of them, you can write in the chat column, and then I will comment your answer later. To what we have learned today, we have discussed what is a narrative paragraph is, how to organize it by using background information, supporting details, and also conclusion, and how to use simple past tense in narrative writing. All of them are very important. These elements are essential for writing an effective narrative writing. Okay, for the reflection, before ending today's lesson, please take a moment to reflect. What did you learn about narrative paragraph today? What was the most interesting part of the lesson? And also, what value or lesson did you learn from the story we have discussed? Reflection will help us to remember and apply what we have learned. I want you to write the reflection in column chat. Thank you for watching this lesson. I hope you now have a better understanding of narrative paragraph and feel more confident in writing your own stories. Keep practicing your writing skills and don't be afraid to share your experience through writing. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.